I'm Eric Loy, and this is Part 2, a chance to check in once again with previous guests of Eric Loy interviews. The Ron is back. Hi.
The Ron is here once again, sir. I am very happy to be back here with you.
Well, I'm happy you're here. You got stuff going on coming up here soon.
I do, and I feel like first and foremost, the most important thing is I actually got good sleep for this interview.
Congratulations.
Yes, thank you. The last time we did this, I don't remember why, but I got very poor sleep the night before, and then going into the interview, I play D&D as I do on the weekends, and then I said, I have about an hour, I can get a nap and I'll be fine. I was not fine, and I did not know that until the moment. And when I listened back on that interview, it was very like, ugh. But I'm here. I'm much better set up here, much better suited.
Well, I appreciate it. Yeah, that 1 hour sleep can be wonderful, but can also just make it even worse sometimes.
Yeah, I read somewhere something about just based on circadian rhythm or not circadian rhythm, sorry, REM cycles, where like if you take a nap, you either want it to be 15 minutes or an hour, nothing more, nothing less, that's kind of the perfect window. Yep. And I've never understood that because I feel like, even that little amount of sleep, I understand the logic that they're trying to present, but I'm a big bear. I hibernate damn near, so like I don't get it.
Yeah,
it don't work for me.
Yeah, and anything that's that short, it just makes it worse for me. That's why I sometimes will end up staying up all night if there's something very early in the day. Because if I need to be up at 6 o'clock and I'm still up at 4, there's not really much choice.
Yeah, there's no point. You might as well just stay up. I'm very much the same way. Yeah. But yes, apart from that, which is exciting in its own right. Yes, I am running my first ever subathon. Mm-hmm. I am running it on Christmas week.
Yes.
Okay. We are going to be doing it Monday through Friday. Okay. What is that? The 22nd through Hamana. I'm sorry, the 23rd. Yes, through the 27th. Yep. Running it in a way where 6 hours a day.
Okay.
But if people make the generous donation goal, I will go an extra hour every day, and that goal is going to go up with every consecutive success.
So sounds good. So have you got anything special planned for those broadcasts?
I do. I'm going to be running. I'm going to be running a few firsts for myself. I'm going to be doing some design appreciation. I'm trying to get people to challenge me on You Laugh, You Lose. I like to do You Laugh, You Lose challenges just for fun, but I really lock in and I really kind of lock myself down, and I'm trying to get people to really send me some funny stuff to see if they can break me. So when I put my mind to it, it is very difficult.
Yes. Well, for me, anytime I would try something like that, I would immediately have something hitting my funny bone because I would put myself under pressure and would have no choice but to overreact to the videos. Clamping down works the other way.
That is my fear when the camera is on, right? Yes. By yourself, you can kind of focus in more. I have this worry that either I just lose focus or I have a moment where I do a playful chuckle, like, I acknowledge that this is fun. No, wait, I'm supposed to not do that at all.
Yes. So have you got punishments for this, or?
So not for the default, but I do have a sub goal where we will run it back. And I will do punishment wheel there. If we end up making that sub goal.
Yes. So
that said, though, I am also doing Bean Boozled. I don't know if you're aware of those.
Oh, I am very aware of those. Yes. The family uses those. To me, I will not. I can't do a lot of sugars anyway. So I stay. That's my excuse. No sugar. Can't do it. Sorry, hon.
Can't do it. That's the only reason. Yes. No, I'm notoriously bad with food, which is where this is going to be an interesting challenge for me. Mm-hmm. And I already know a few people who, as soon as I mention Bean Boozle, like sharks smelling water.
Oh, he's doing it again.
Yeah, exactly.
They're surrounding it, just ready to go. Uh, it,
Eat the barf
that's right.
flavored bean.
Ah, no.
Yeah. No, I'm good. Hopefully, it's the nice flavored one,
Yeah.
which
Oh,
you know. I mean, a lot of them also I've been made to understand where it's like it says that it tastes like this and it tastes mildly like soap question mark type
yeah.
thing where it's advertised as it's earwax, but it kind of tastes like I don't know a bit of liver.
Yeah. Well, that's bad enough for me. But the one that tastes like supposedly toothpaste. I'm like, you didn't have any candy in the '70s, did you? And so a lot of that was basically tasted like toothpaste in the '70s.
What did you say for what's punishment for you?
Yeah.
For me was Tuesday.
Yes, this Tuesday. Yes, is 1977. Okay, that was easy enough.
Yeah.
No, we didn't have your fancy Tic Tacs and that stuff. We just had random mints that tasted vaguely like toothpaste. And that's how we got through our days in the winter. so,
I don't know why I just did that put an image in my head of like frontier times, everyone in a log cabin.
yes,
The winter was harsh.
yes,
We're eating on Tic Tacs that tasted vaguely like fluoride
yes.
and processed.
Everybody had better teeth back then.
Indeed.
But
But no, so doing a bit of that. I'm going to be doing some tier list stuff that for me is very new content. I'm usually very much in my lane with Let's Plays, video game type stuff.
yeah.
And I'm really hoping that not only that this goes well, but some of the rewards will open up different stream ideas and stream plans. I have a reward for, I believe it's 4,000 bits. I will be doing a stream where I, along with chat, will be learning a bit of Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition.
Okay. Yeah,
Which,
I mean, it's
for me, honestly, is just an excuse to learn it.
Yes, well, yeah, but this does sound like you just mentioned it, a really good idea to test some things out, and a chance to see what might catch on as far as a way to expand your programming.
That is, I know I'm saying the quiet part out loud, but that is a part of why I'm doing this. I want to, among other reasons, I wanted to run the subathon to try out new things, to see what the audience would respond to.
Mm-hmm.
If maybe I should even change when I go live. I want to be able to reach as many people as possible.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And one of the many things running longer, kind of changing my times. This will help me kind of establish, like, who can I at what times? What are the optimal times for me personally to reach more people?
Yeah, and you can always tweak a little bit, and no matter what you're doing, and this way you get a chance to not only have something special for your specials, but see if those specials can become, at least semi-regular events and things that'll draw people in and keep their attention. That's pretty brilliant. I mean that's marketing 101 there as far as it goes.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Shout out my manager. She knows who she is, but she is the genius behind a lot of that, and I appreciate her immensely, not just for helping me with this, but with everything, really.
Yeah. We'll talk a little bit about that in a sec, but you've got a couple more days left on your subathon. So what else do you have planned?
So, in addition to things of that nature, I'm also going to be doing. I plan to do a lot more interactive activities with chat.
Mm-hmm.
Words with friends, marbles. I'm going to be playing a lot of Hitman 3, 7 Days to Die.
Yeah.
And at the end of every stream, kind of within the last hour or so, I'm going to be playing my all-time favorite gotcha game, Goddess of Victory Nikke. There's a very good chance that I'm going to be starting um, a new account to run through the game from scratch.
Yeah.
But I'm also going to be using the opportunity to let's challenge hard mode together. Let's see of the crazy content. Let's see how much we can get through.
There is some wild content on that. That just get the eye candy aside. There's some really odd battles and situations in that particular game, and
it's a great example of come for the quote unquote plot, stay for the plot,
yes,
the real plot.
Yeah, yeah, that's the type of thing. It does kind of pull you in eventually, that sort of stuff. But it really sounds like to me you've got this meticulously planned. I mean, you've had a little while to put it together, but how much has bringing in a manager helped you out with this?
Not just with this. I mean, with this, she has been the cornerstone to the preparation. I've never envisioned myself as being a subathon type of person.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea that the bug was even put into my head is all credit to her. Mm-hmm. But beyond that point as well, me being kind of very brand new to the idea and, hey, I have all of these ideas, but how should I sort them? How should I do this, that, and the next? What should be, this type of goal, that type of goal? How should I calibrate my goals?
Right.
She was very much the mastermind to helping me get all of those ducks in a row.
Yeah. And sometimes it's very good if you can get somebody that you trust, and that's what managers are supposed to be, people you can trust. They'll not only give you the right ideas but ward you off some bad ones, and again, as you said, add that little extra detail. And there's nothing wrong with having an extra pair of eyes and ears in a situation to catch maybe one or two things that you didn't, or maybe add a little extra to what you got planned. If you've got a situation like that helps you out, then it could be one of the biggest boons you could possibly have.
Oh yeah, for sure. And like I said before, even beyond just planning for the subathon, the having a fresh perspective, having someone with a level of experience, and having worked with other people, not just the new resources, but the things that I could learn, which I have learned,
mm-hmm.
working with a manager, working with another person. I've never. It's never been a secret. I've never made it a secret, I suppose I should say,
mm-hmm.
that I've wanted to make a living off of this.
Right.
My dream has always been to entertain people, to make people laugh.
Right.
It runs in my family. And I would obviously do this for free if not for the fact that we need money in exchange for goods and services. Resources are limited, yada, yada.
That little thing that catches you every minute of the day.
Yeah, that food and bills and, roof over your head, internet, minor detail.
Yes.
But, so I've always approached this, at least ostensibly, as I'm doing this professionally. I want to do this professionally. I want to be able to make a living off of this.
Mm-hmm.
But for my intentions to take this seriously, everything that I do, having a manager it was kind of how do I want to put this? I was taking things seriously, but now things are like serious.
Yeah.
Now that I have someone who is in that position who can really kind of steer me towards like, yeah, you desire this, but here's how you manifest it.
Yeah. It's not just taking it seriously. You got somebody kind of prod you along and kind of point out if there's a potential rough patch coming up as far as what you want to do and various problems and helping solve those problems. and making sure those problems don't happen in the first place. There's a lot of things.
Exactly. You only know what you know, and you don't know what you don't know. So, you can go into something with the best of intentions and with a certain goal, but if there are things you just don't know, how are you supposed to figure them out until either you run into the problem and you hope that you pick the best solution, or, in many cases where you don't know that you're about to not know something, in a manner of speaking, here's someone to come along and no, this, that, and the next, and this is what you need to do, and make the pieces work.
So, how much in this relationship, and if you don't mind my asking, I mean, tell me to buzz off anytime you want when I'm asking these things.
Why should buzz off, you podcast? No, I'm kidding.
Why should you be any different than my wife? Seriously, with this, how much autonomy do you have in your decision making, and how much does your manager play a part in that?
So the wonderful thing is, particularly with the manager that I have, my autonomy is unfettered. She has been very much a person of, and there was a certain level of worry of hey, you really should kind of do this, that, and then there was a fear of I would be one of those people who would be another Fortnite, Valorant, the person who is playing all of the same things and doing all of the same stuff as every other VTuber.
Right.
And during our first meeting, when I jokingly brought up I don't want to play Fortnite or Valorant or whatever, and she laughed and she said, I couldn't do that to you. I couldn't watch you destroy your own soul that way. So it's been very she herself comes from a place of, you need to be able to show off your own charm, and you need to be able to do things your way. Her own creativity is where she ended up finding her own success in parallel endeavors to managing.
Right.
And so, she is very aware of that and does not kind of put other people in that same box. So my freedom has been, I'm actually very surprised by the level of, where she's been, I love what you do. I think what you do is great. I think the main thing is we need to get you to more people.
Yeah, it sounds an awful lot like a marketing consultant.
That is a very good way to sum up a lot of her responsibilities and expertises.
Yeah, and
expertises is a word, but
expertise is how you say it.
Yes, expertise. Absolutely right.
But there's nothing wrong with this. So this is a smart move for folks who realize that they don't want somebody to come in and take absolute control of everything, and you don't want to sign your life away to have this kind of help. But you do need some steerage and to someone who can see the bigger picture sometimes. I would not be surprised to see more of this type of thing among successful independent VTubers. There's still some folks who really pine to do a group together, but I'm just seeing what I see from the outside.
Very apropos of that as well.
Yeah.
I understand that you are attempting to have a conversation with my friend Eliza, a very good friend of mine, about the group that she's putting together. I think that in itself is very emblematic of exactly what you're talking about. This and especially too, when you're hearing about the closures of agencies
Right.
uh, the mourning period, the very public mourning of these groups are collapsing. You
Right.
are absolutely right. We are seeing a lot more of that.
Yeah. And while I'm not entirely positive you're going to see the entire end of that sort of thing, I think you're going to have to see them adapt and into a kind of a situation like you have right now. Um, that this there are people now who are coming in with a little more savvy, and they're not wanting to give um, large chunks of first of all what they are getting in revenue
Hmm.
away, and not giving away large chunks of their own internet intellectual property, or the rights to um, their channel or anything along those lines, but bringing in someone more for advice and overall, um, almost like an agent, how an agent works in some entertainment fields. Someone who takes care of the small stuff, makes sure the big stuff doesn't happen, helps you get other things done. Um, it has to evolve because when you look at how agencies work in Japan or don't work in Japan, uh,
Mhm.
frankly, it does not really jibe with how things work in the United States for a lot of folks. Um, and as much as people look at that and say, they love the idle lifestyle, that's not the same as over here. It's not how labor works over here. And you go from being your own person to somebody owned by a corporation, and I don't think that's gonna. I mean, there's going to be exceptions to the rule, obviously, and there's a couple that work pretty good over here, but again, I don't think they're built the same way. It's going to have to modify.
Not just a business mindset, but I think there are very different paradigms in culture
Hmm.
that make it so there's a disconnect between idol culture, which is very prominent in Japanese VTuber agencies,
Hmm.
and here, um, I, for one, I don't think that idolization, for lack of a better term, I don't think it will ever be as strong in the West. I think we, uh, as you said, there's always going to be exceptions to the rule, but I think generally speaking, uh, we hit a point of, yeah, don't care. I'm not gonna worship the ground at your feet at this level, on this level,
Right.
and so you kind of more quickly are gonna hit this disconnect of like, A, I need you to be more genuine, but B, I'm also not as invested in so much minutia of your life. I'm
Right.
not invested in literally every single person you talk to. I'm not really interested in joining a cult of personality on a deep fanatical level.
Right. Right. And that does happen. Unfortunately, seemingly. I mean, I'm not over there and can't haven't had a contract like that, but it does seem like that there are a lot of folks in the idol industry, and that extends far beyond the VTuber sphere. Um,
Oh yeah.
that their lives are basically taken over, and
Mm-hmm.
they're. I think people are now starting to realize that the entire regular cultural difference right there makes a big difference. What the folks over there are allowed to do are things that folks who are raised in the culture over here would be like, what do you mean allowed to do? I mean,
There's a lot of sense of, no, you're absolutely right. There's a lot of sense of I don't want to phrase this. There's a lot of sense of conformity is power,
mm-hmm,
and conformity is acceptance.
mm-hmm,
And yes, you could say the same thing here, but um, it's taken to a much bigger extreme there, and I think that idea in itself is kind of a cornerstone of where talk about this idea of I'm not going to micromanage, or I'm not super interested in that level of who you as VTuber, as Idle, are hanging out with,
Right.
things that you do, things like that, because we value not just individuality, but really rebellion more here as a culture.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it's really a lot more of that.
Yeah, I've noticed all you kids and your rebellions and your just don't listen to the old people. Also,
I used to listen to Nat King Cole, and now you're listening to your twisted sister. What's so twisted about them?
I was listening to Nat King Cole when he was just a jack.
I was not expecting that.
but
which is funny because I've been playing a lot of poker and poker adjacent games, so that was a very timely joke for me.
Thank you. I get one every couple of decades. That's good for me. Also with this type of setup, in your setup, the manager's working for you. In the overseas setups and the companies, you're working for the company. That's a big difference. You don't.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you can. The manager can come up to you and say, I think you ought to do 7 straight weeks of nothing but plain vanilla Minecraft. And you say, no. What's your next idea?
Exactly.
In a company that's got basically the rights to everything you do, you'd be like, okay. And start.
You really don't have a choice.
Yeah, you do what they say. I mean, obviously that your mileage varies on the contracts and type of things, but this may be a lot more healthier in the long run.
Yeah, and it is, to a certain extent, it is understandable insofar as, yes, obviously when you work for a company, the fact that they are to some extent putting forward your, paying your bills, things of this nature, helping you get exposed really is kind of the big one. Helping you get sponsorship deals. The one universal appeal and the one place where the appeal of joining an agency is going to outbalance any indie arrangement. And again, this is going to take a long time for this imbalance to kind of even out, is that opportunities, companies, sponsorships, brandings, they're going to want to work with agencies a lot more than they would indie, individual performers,
right.
Even things like convention appearances. Typically, unless you are with an agency and a major agency, or if you're like a major name, it is very hard to secure a convention appearance. Like it's for some people damn near impossible.
Yeah, and because that's a lot to do with insider contracts and that type of thing, and handshake deals that you don't see, and all of that fun type
exactly.
Use only my people, not theirs, or no independents or anybody that might be somewhat similar, that type of deal. But again, the power.
And if one wanted to be generous, sorry, go ahead.
Obviously, the power of how your go and how your channel works is different. In the situation you have, you still have the final say. In the situation they have, working for the company has the final say, or else.
Yeah, good luck getting all of the benefits that you enjoy here. The ease of getting not just sponsorship deals, but like huge name partnerships, the major conventions. Good luck finding that now that you're no longer under our umbrella.
Right. And now the success of some people very quickly coming out of that umbrella and going to either other companies or going on their own and finding that they actually are coming for them and not the name of the company they were with. I think that kind of hastens it a little bit, and some of the smoke is clearing from what has been going on in some of these agencies. So do you? How did you find your manager?
Uh, I so while I cannot mention them by name for reasons,
Mm.
uh, I can say that I got very lucky insofar as um, she's a well-known presence, a well-known enough presence,
Hmm.
and I just kind of shot my shot, requested if I could be represented, if she could take me on as a client.
Uh-huh.
And in my typical way, I did not think I was ever going to get a response ever.
Yeah.
And yet somehow, some way, I got a reply back, and kind of the wheels quickly turned, and I quickly signed with her.
Mm.
But it was just kind of very much. I saw her. I knew she was accepting clients. I said, "Hey, could you maybe give me a shot?"
And
And
rest is history.
got lucky.
Now it's Beyonce, isn't it?
Mm-mm. What's the other one? Kelly, the other one from Destiny Child.
No. Yes. Yes. It's her. It's her, isn't it? Okay.
Kelly Rowland.
Yeah. Kelly Rowland.
Wow, I made a joke and completely forgot her name. No, I'm not Beyonce level yet, but I think I can secure Kelly Rowland.
Yeah. Or whoever the third person was that we don't remember.
Was there like multiple third people? Am I remembering that properly?
I don't know. That's how much of an impact they've made.
Oh.
And we'll call them
No,
person
shout
X.
out Kelly Rowland though. Hope you're doing all right.
Yeah, we'll call them person X, who I'm sure.
There you go.
Hopefully they are getting the royalties. We'll go for that. Um, this does sound like you were looking for somebody rather than somebody finding you. There is a difference there too.
There is a difference there, and that is very accurate. I was looking for somebody because again, I am very serious about my craft, and what a pretentious statement. I apologize. But no, I was very serious about this, and
You're
making a
listening
run
to
at this,
public
being able to
radio.
make
I'm very serious about my craft. Yes.
But yeah, very serious about all this. Very serious about being able to make a living off of this. Very serious about reaching as many people as possible. And so, if you're not willing to make sacrifices, swallow your pride, however you want to phrase it, if you're not willing to do these things, you're going to put yourself at such a huge disadvantage. So, I knew I could use the help. I knew I needed the help.
Mm-hmm.
And so I sought help, and I managed to get it.
Yeah, sometimes that's the hardest thing to do, is to admit you could use and need the help, and then make that first step to committing to something that that you may not originally be comfortable with. But
Mhm.
certainly it seems like it's going to be working for you, and I'm looking forward to this subathon you've got coming up. I heard you told me before you got some good sleep today, so that's good.
Oh, yeah.
If I had something like this coming up, I wouldn't be sleeping at all. So, I mean, it sounds like you've been working on this for quite a while, and you're absolutely hyped up for it.
I'm incredibly hyped up for it, and I'm also the type of person who, I don't remember if I mentioned this during our last interview. I haven't gotten stage fright since I was 3.
Yeah?
So the idea of the nervousness of performing really doesn't exist for me. It's very... I've been lucky to cultivate a mindset and a skill of like, I'll just go out and I'll do my thing, and if people like me, great, and if they don't, what's the worst that's going to happen to me?
That's a great attitude to have, and I think that I think in coupling that with getting a manager that not only is going to be effective for you, but work for you rather than the other way around, is going to be a big presence for you in this next year coming up. I really do appreciate you coming back on for part 2 here. And if you could let us know again, give us a little details about what's coming up for your subathon.
Yes, sir. So, again, that is the week of Christmas. So that is Monday the 23rd through Friday the 27th.
Mm-hmm.
Times going live will be 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Time, although I believe we're starting it at $18, which is the equivalent of 3 subs or 3 goals, or I'm sorry, not 3 subs or 3 tier 1 subs. That's what I'm trying to say, because they're $6 a pop now.
Yeah.
I will go an extra hour a day, and then every day we meet that goal, for the next day to get that extra hour out, the price is going to jump up. I will be doing a lot of Hitman 3.
Yeah.
I will be doing a lot of stuff with the audience. I will be doing a lot of Nikke, of course, which I absolutely love.
Mm-hmm.
You Laugh, You Lose. If you follow me on Twitter, Ron is a VTuber now, or on Blue Sky, the Ron is live.vtubers.social. Please send me, even if you don't follow me there, send me some submissions for You Laugh, You Lose. I'm telling you, I'm real strong at it, and y'all need to come at me with it.
This is an open challenge, folks.
Yeah, this is an open challenge. No weak stuff either. Like, you need to bring it.
Well, it sounds to me, it really does sound to me like you're bringing it full guns now.
Oh yeah,
Ron.
no,
It
please.
Really...
I watch a weekly You Laugh, You Lose. The content creator Crystal, or Crystal, as her name is written.
Yes,
she does a weekly You Laugh, You Lose. I've been following it for, I think, about 30 weeks now, and I think I've only lost once. So y'all need to bring it. Ron is a VTuber now on Twitter. The Ron is live.vtubers.social. Blue Sky, give me your submissions. We need them.
Oh man.
Tier lists, design appreciation.
It's really
all great stuff.
It's good to see that you're all in on this, and it's very obvious that how much it means to you, and how much the whole thing means to you. Getting a manager to help you do all this stuff. Hats off to them, and helping you focus up a little bit. I think this is going to be a big success, and things are going to keep growing for you. But you need to keep us in touch and let us know what's going on, okay?
Oh, absolutely. And I know the first time we talked about that I was eventually planning to run a Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle. When that does happen, I am for sure going to be reaching out to you for a part 3, or just in general. I love doing podcasts. I love talking to people. I mean, you're doing big business as well, but just anytime you want a part 3 from me, please.
Well, big business, no money. I wouldn't call it business. I call it big fun. That's what I'm doing, and that's as long as I'm still having fun, and I'm going to keep doing it. But you're on the rise, folks. Check out what the Ron's got going on, and I thank you once again for coming on for part 2.
And thank you once again for having me, good sir.
Thank you for listening to part 2. Please check in on the Eric Loy Interviews YouTube channel for more interviews with the always interesting VTuber community.